again, what we're talking about, good and evil.
Yeah.
Like these are real things, and rational people that profess themselves to be intelligent and secular, they don't want to believe in good and evil. They don't think that they just think people do bad things, people have motivations, they do bad things, but they don't want to believe in the concept of good and evil, because these are biblical concepts.
They are.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. They've been around since the beginning.
And people want to pretend they're smarter than the people that sort of embrace these biblical concepts.
Right, or yeah, I think that goes into evolution again, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Are we smarter than our grandparents? You know, I don't know.
Well, we are about some things, but we can't survive the way they did.
Nope.
They're obviously intelligent. Just they didn't have access to information the way we do. But there's a difference between information and intelligence.
Sure. Yeah. I don't have many devices for information. I read books. I read mostly history books.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, I gotta recommend the book to you.
Okay.
It's fascinating, and it's called The Frontiersmen, and it's about a guy called Simon Kenton. You ever hear of this guy?
No.
And it was written by a guy who's now deceased. His name is Allan Eckert, and it is really about opening up Ohio and Kentucky and places like that. With this guy Simon Kenton, who was just an Irish immigrant. He wasn't much for farming and stuff, but he thought he killed a guy. And so he ran away because he thought he'd be indicted for some crime or something. And he ended up being this frontiersman. And it's a very interesting document because you get the history of what was going on at the time when the country was opening up between the settlers and the Indians, you know, the Shawnee. One of the most brutal books I've ever read.
Really?
Oh, it's very well done, and it has a narrative, but it's reconstructed from all kinds of historical documents, and letters and diaries and all this kind of stuff. So I think the guy took about 15 years to sort of compile all this stuff and write it. And the first half of the book is about this guy Simon Kenton, and the second half is about Tecumseh, you know, the chief. Really great book. One of the most fascinating books I've read. You can't put it down.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like little chapters.
I'm gonna get that right now.
Yeah.
Have you ever read The Empire of the Summer Moon?
No.
The Empire of the Summer Moon is about the Comanche.
Oh yeah.
And it's all about the settling of this area.
Right.
It's fucking incredible.
Right.
Again, one of the most brutal books ever.
Mm-hmm.
So this is The Frontiersmen?
The Frontiersmen by Allan Eckert. Yeah.
I'm gonna check that right now,
Good.
just so that I make sure that I have it.
Yeah. And it's all in little bite-sized chunks. And it actually, for a history book, it has this incredible narrative with heroes and villains and all the players. Very interesting document.
I'm getting it right now.
Oh yeah. Don't read it before bed.
No?
No, it gets pretty dark.